Hello all my chickadees! Welcome back to Our Fate Forsaken. This is part 3, so if you haven't seen the other 2 parts, you should hop on over to my channel and check them out, so you're not lost. But hey, if you want to just stick around and see for yourself and guess what's going on, you're more than welcome to. Come on. Now, we're going to dive back in. We left off with, I think we just got back from our visit to Earth, right? And Gabe's not here, of course. Gabe's always running off and doing something. He's a busy boy. Alright, let's see. Ever since he stopped the thief, he didn't bring me along to his other duties, despite my interest. It's too much for me to handle, he says. But what is too much? As I was thinking about him, the Archangel suddenly appeared out of thin air. Speak of the devil. It's actually an angel. Since I was sitting on the love seat, he joined me and rested his head on my shoulder. Welcome back. You've been gone for a while now. I have. And being away from you for a long period of time makes me feel drained. So, what did you do while I was away? I visited the library and read some books. What did you read? Just some classics by human authors. Anyway, what I did was probably quite boring compared to you. Not really. My duties were the same as usual. But I would rather spend time with you than carry out my orders. Then those humans won't receive any help from you. Even without me, they can still survive. Probably. Gabriel snuggled closer to me until his nose was poking my neck. Let's not talk about humans. I don't want to focus on them, since I'd rather my focus be on you. His free hand groped my thigh, causing me to bite my lip. It felt strange whenever he came in contact with my skin. You're more touchy than usual. Oh, we're blushing there. He is being very touchy, isn't he? It's because I've been longing for you this whole day. Even though I was extremely nervous from all the excessive skinship, I didn't hate it. I gasped when I felt something sharp scrape against my neck. It surprised me when I realized Gabriel had bit my neck. Gabe! Gabe, you're not a vampire, buddy. I mean, maybe he wants to be a vampire. I mean, yeah. Okay, hang on, I gotta reset myself. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, we're good. Boop. What was that for? I don't know either. Something in me just compelled me to react this way. Strange. I've never behaved this way ever since my creation. Gabriel then moved away from me and stood up from our seat. My mind must be clouded. I should go and get some air. Would you like to join me? With Gabriel by my side, we walked along the sea of clouds. The air is really nice here, don't you think? Much fresher than when you're on Earth, since it's polluted. Are you trying to convince me that heaven is better than Earth? Perhaps. As we were scrolling, I recognized Matthew from a distance, so I waved at him. But instead of waving back, he turned away from me and quickly fled the scene. It left me confused, because I assumed we were acquainted ever since we had a conversation the other day. What's the matter? Nothing. I recalled the look of fear on Matthew's face when Gabriel interrupted us the other day, so I didn't want to get him in trouble. That's when I suddenly realized something odd. All the other angels around us were behaving the same as Matthew did. They're all afraid to interact with us because of Gabriel. They all turned their heads away as if no one wanted to look in our direction. I was pretty sure it wasn't this way whenever I came out here for myself. Let's see. Save. Boop. Actually, let's save more of this. Yeesh. Okay. Why does everyone hate you? Do you feel lonely sometimes? I don't know they hate him. I think they're just terrified of him. So, let's ask lonely because, I mean, apparently he is on his own all the time. Since everyone seemed they were avoiding him, I wondered if he was lonely. Before, it did not matter whether I had a companion or not. But now, it's a different story. You're right by my side, so I don't need anyone else, nor will I ever fear loneliness. I turned to look at Gabriel, who passed me a warm smile. When his fingers intertwined with mine, all my concerns flew away at that moment. Doesn't it feel as though we're a couple when we're holding hands like this? But, is it possible to be a couple, since you mentioned an angel is not allowed to fall in love with a human? Ah, but you're no longer an angel, are you? Or a human, are you? You're an angel, too. I mean, we are. Gabriel brought my hand to his lips and kissed my fingertips. This gesture made the blood rush straight into my cheeks. The way he half closed his eyes when he kissed me as the bright light from the heavens reflected on his skin was truly a sight. Maybe because I was starting to become attracted to the Archangel's charms, but I really liked being next to him. Our moment was interrupted when we heard someone clear their throat beside us. Hello! Who are you, Michael? Oh, hello. You're pretty. I thought I sensed your presence nearby, so I came to check. But why are you here, Gabriel? Shouldn't you be on Earth? Or are you neglecting your duties? Greetings, Brother Michael. There are plentiful tasks to fulfill today, so I wanted to take a short rest. The almighty Gabriel resting. I never thought I would hear those words come out of your lips after all these years. Isn't it eventual that we change after living for millenniums? You were once a revered archangel, but it seems as though you're now carefree, aren't you, brother? I suppose. I gazed at the stranger, who also had large wings. Another archangel, perhaps? Both their presence and aura were overwhelming to the point I fell out of place. I kept my lips sealed since I didn't want to interrupt their conversation. Archangel Michael then turned his attention to me. And who is this? He looks quite familiar. You recognize us? We don't recognize us, so if you recognize us, can you kind of help us? Do you know our name? Our real name? Huh? Age? Where we lived? Anything? It's none of your business, Michael. No more formalities with me, brother. I am still your superior. Michael stared at me with his cold eyes, causing my body to tense. After a few seconds, his gaze finally left mine, and I could finally breathe again. Whatever. You may do as you please in your spare time, but you still need to carry out your duties first. I'm aware of that. But eventually Gabriel let out a sigh as he gave in to the other archangel's demands. Fine. I shall be on my way. My apologies, Zeph. I shall return to your side soon. After passing me a reassuring smile, Gabriel vanished into thin air. But even after he left, I could feel Archangel Michael's eyes on me, like he was trying to sing to my soul. You look oddly familiar. But then again, I meet a lot of people on a daily basis, so I could be mistaken. What is your name? Zeph? Zeph what? That's it. No full name, I see. The interrogation made me nervous, and I wish that I wasn't left alone to deal with this. Zeph, huh? I'll remember that. With that, the Archangel finally departed, and I could finally relax again. I was glad that the awkward interrogation was over. Gosh, why are those higher angels so uptight? They should really loosen up a bit. Since I didn't have anything to do, I decided to occupy myself by visiting the library. The smell of the books, old and new alike, filled my nostrils. Gabriel was right. After visiting a couple of times, I grew fond of reading. I understood why it was my favorite hobby when I was a human, because I like to immerse myself in fictional tales. As I was sorting through the shelves to find a book to read, a glimmering golden cover caught my eye. It was directly in the middle of the room, yet I didn't bother with it before, but I was oddly curious about it now. What is it about? I held it in my hand to check out what it was about. Nothing was written on the cover. It was just covered in plain gold. I flipped through the pages to check its contents and realized it was a book on archangels. It didn't take long for me to find Gabriel's information within the pages. Ooh, we got their deets. Okay, come on. Spill. Curiosity filled me as I skimmed through the words. It mentioned how he had been here since the beginning of time, which I was already aware of. It also mentioned how his position as the messenger meant that he had more contact with humans than other angels. This I found to be amusing since I was aware of Gabriel's distaste for them. I continued to read more about him. The Archangel was said to be mentioned in historical records on multiple occasions. He corresponds with the color white, representing clarity, purity, and a new beginning. The rest of the information was all about all the things he did on Earth, and I quickly skimmed through everything before closing the book. The details about him are cool and all, but I want to find out what he likes. What are his hobbies? What type of food does he like? Who does he get along with? All the normal stuff. Well, so far, he doesn't get along with anybody, except us. Well, we can ask. There are many things I did not know about the Archangel, and yet, he knows facts about me. Facts I wasn't aware of because of my memory loss. This only made me determined to find out more about him. I should ask him more questions about himself when I see him again. After spending some time browsing the books, I left the library. Back in my living quarters, I stood in front of the empty wall. Gabriel accessed the projection by waving at it. So, will it switch on if I do the same? I waved in front of the walls as I anticipated for the magic to happen. And it did. Oh, cool! We found the on switch for the TV. Now, before my eyes was the familiar street I was viewing the other day. Since I knew I could navigate around, I switched through various locations. There was a small ounce of hope in my heart that I wished to maybe see Asa again. But there was a ton of humans on this planet, and he was nowhere in sight. Sorting through all the locations in search of a single man started to sound more impossible the locations I looked through. Asa, where are you? I was desperate to see him again since I couldn't ignore the odd connection I felt towards him. The more I thought about him, the more desperate I became for this stranger who I'd only encountered once. Since he was the center of my attention, I suddenly felt as though I could sense his aura. I cleared my head and focused on the strange sensation invading my mind. Oddly enough, I was now fully aware of where Asia was located. Ha-ha! We have unlocked our angel powers. Yes! We figured it out! Yes! Sorry, I'm hydrating over here. Hydrate or dihydrate, guys. Okay. University? The projection, also sensing my thoughts, switched scenes. And right there, I spotted Asia walking with a group of other humans. I was amazed and glad at what just happened because I could finally see him again. I guess this was what Gabriel meant by saying angels could track humans. As I watched Asia through the screen, I was hit with a slight twinge of guilt. This isn't considered stalking, is it? I shook my head to disperse my thoughts. It should be okay, since I didn't harbor any malicious intent. Asa grinned as he chatted with a friend, and he swung his arm over their shoulder. This sight caused my stomach to churn, and an unpleasant feeling filled my chest. Just looking at him wasn't satisfactory anymore, Because I wanted to talk to him. I wanted to be the person who was next to him instead. Unable to ignore my desire, I changed my clothes in preparation to head down to Earth. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We a rogue angel. Gabriel's gonna be pissed. Gabriel gave me permission to go there as I please. Okay, never mind. Never mind, I forgot about that. Never mind, he should be happy. So he probably wouldn't mind if I headed there by myself for a short while. I traveled to the location where I knew Aza would be. A small ounce of guilt filled me since I wondered if I was doing wrong by disobeying Gabriel's orders. He did tell me not to meet this human again, but Aza's a good person and Gabriel doesn't know that. It should be fine since I knew my friend wouldn't cause me any harm. When I spotted Aza, I couldn't help but feel this overwhelming sense of glee. After the human parted ways with his friend, I rushed to his side to greet him. Zeph? He blinked a couple of times with his mouth agape as if he was trying to process the fact I was standing in front of him. I told you we'd be meeting again, didn't I? Yeah, it's been days, so I thought I wouldn't see you again. Days? This caused my head to tilt as I pondered what he meant. I was pretty sure it hadn't been long since I last saw him. Maybe it's due to the fact that time passes differently in heaven than on earth. Do you study at this university too? I glanced at the large building in the background. Study? No. In fact, it's my first time here. Wait a sec. If you don't go to the university, then what are you doing here? I came to see you. After all, I did promise that I would find you. I expected my new friend to be happy with my surprise visit, but he wasn't. Why do you not look pleased? I thought you wanted to see me. Oh no. I'm very glad to meet you again. I just find this really weird. How did you know where I was when I never told you? I just could sense your location? What? Do you have, like, detection powers? You really are an alien? Do you have, like, sensory antennas or something? Azza patted my head and ran his fingers through my hair. Nope, no antennas here. You know, if some other person were to start saying the things you did, I would automatically assume they were like a creepy stalker, or that they're insane. But since I find you cute, I'll let it slide. You must really like me to come all the way here to find me, huh? Yep, it's the blush. We like you. A blush rose to my cheeks as I wondered if my actions came off as desperate. Azza then took my hand in his and wrapped his fingers around mine. I was actually thinking about you the whole day, so I'm happy you're here right now. Honestly, I assumed it would be impossible to meet you again, so I was surprised when you visited me. He squeezed my hand and my heart skipped a beat in response. Hey, are you currently seeing anyone? Well, I'm seeing you since you're right in front of my eyes. Oh, God. Oh, baby Zeph. A snicker escaped from his lips before he turned into a boisterous laugh. You really are a weird and funny guy. No, silly, I'm not literally asking you about who you're seeing in front of your eyes. I'm asking if you're going out with someone, you know, like dating. Like a romantic partner? Yep. I don't have one, I suppose. Then are you able to go out on a date with me right now? I guess? Azza brought me to a bus stop where we hopped onto one of the vehicles. After a few minutes, we got off the bus and arrived in a familiar location. The sea breeze hit my skin as I stared into the horizon. I come here often since it's my favorite place in the world. For some reason, I wanted to share that with you. The sound of waves crashing filled my eardrums. At that moment, I thought Earth was a nice place. Have you ever been here? No, I haven't. I thought so. I assumed an alien like you wouldn't even realize there was a beach a few minutes away from the city. I smiled at him before reverting my attention back to the ocean, memorized by the sight. This world is truly beautiful. Thank you for sharing its beauty with me. Well, there you go again. saying things only aliens would say. The sight in front of me was breathtaking. The sea was more beautiful than the sea of clouds I was used to seeing. Yeah, I mean, there's much more things to look at on this side of the clouds. We do have a point. I didn't understand why Gabriel preferred heaven over earth. Maybe because he's never seen scenery like this. I thought about bringing him here one day. Sorry, I'm avoiding a cat. He's blocking the screen, and I'm like, yeah. Cats, you know, you love them to death, but they kind of, they do what they want. They really do. Okay. Hey, Zeph. Or, hey, Zeph, you want to do something fun? Sure? Take off your shoes. I did what I was told and took them off. Feeling the grains of sand against my soles was a strange sensation. A sensation that I like. Asa also took off his shoes, and he curled up his pants to his knees. Then he proceeded to run straight towards the water. Where are you going? Follow me. I ran to catch up with him, but paused when I came close to the water. Cautiously, I dipped my foot into the ocean. Since the water was cold, I shivered a bit, but I managed to sink both my feet inside. After a while, I started to appreciate the feeling of the water enveloping my skin. I easily caught up with Asia, leaving splashes whenever I took a step. This was way more enjoyable than walking on land. Have you ever gone swimming or diving? He's taking us to the water. No, I haven't. There are a lot of things you haven't done, huh? I lowered my head and nodded. More like, I don't remember if I've ever done them before because of my lost memories. Oh, we're letting him know we don't remember things. Did we tell him that before? I don't remember. Asa cupped his hands against my cheek before staring into my eyes. Don't worry about that. If you don't recall your memory, does it really matter? I can show you around and help you make new memories. Just like today. A smile returned to my face, touched by the human's words. Thank you. Asa leaned his face close to mine until there was only inches between us. Now that I look at you closely, you really do remind me of a friend, Eli. Hearing him mention the same name to me once again was off-putting. I guess he must be really attached to his friend for him to bring this person up so often. Yeah. Maybe for that reason I'm able to relax whenever I'm with you, even though we just met. Being compared to someone else who clearly seemed like they meant a lot to Asia made me feel a tinge of sadness. I'm my very own individual. I'm not Eli, and I'm aware of that. The two of you have your differences, too. He's way cuter than you, and you're a complete weirdo. You're nothing compared to him. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. I'd rather spend time with him than you. That hurt again. You know, second arrow through the heart here. Oof. Sorry, my boy. What? The abrupt harshness in his tone and attitude caused my heart to gripple with the pain. I didn't understand why he was being mean all of a sudden. A sense of weariness swept over me as tears pooled in my eyes. Why did his words make me so sad? Asa then let out a snicker, which caused me to raise my head to see what amused him. Did that make you jealous? The playfulness in his tone indicated what he said previously wasn't serious. Yeah, but that was still an asshole move, dude. Rather than being jealous, I was upset and hurt by your rude words. A little. He's saying he's like, he was playing with us, but that was still mean. Come on. Zeph isn't gonna understand what you mean. You know, he don't understand it. He's a baby. He's a baby. Why did you purposely hurt me? So you're only with me because of your friend. Oh, these are both good. These are both good. Why did you purposely hurt me? Or purposely upset me? So you're only with me because of your friend. Oh my god, I want to do both of them. They're both good. Like, if we say, why did you purposely upset me? He could be like, well, I was just joking, you know, like, dude. And the other one's like, so you were only with me because of your friend, because we do remind me of his friend. Oh my god, I want to do both so much. Okay, let's do this one. My heart churned. A part of me doesn't want to hear his answer, because I didn't want to find out he was using me as a replacement all this time. No, you're not his replacement. The moment I heard his confirmation, relief washed over me, but I was still confused. Then why did you say those mean things earlier? Oh. Asa wiped my tears away, a loving expression returning to his face. Something inside of me wanted to see how sad you would be for me. I wanted to know if that would have made you cry. It did! It did! You're being mean! But since you're so precious, I didn't want to keep you upset any longer. This caused me to be taken aback. What an odd human. Don't you lay on that. I have a cat here. He's trying to lay on the keyboard. Since I was only playing with you earlier, let me tell you my real thoughts. Do we want to know your real thoughts? I think I feel a strange connection towards you because of who you are as an individual, not because you remind me of my friend. You have your own uniqueness that's drawing me to you. Once again, I felt giddy inside, and I wonder why Asia's words affected my emotions so easily. Yeah, we're freaking yo-yo right now. We're yo-yo. We're like, happy, devastated, relief, happy. Oh my gosh. You're playing with us too much, buddy. The two of us stared at the reflection of the sunset off into the distance. What a beautiful sight. And in the future, I want to show you things that are even more beautiful. This caused excitement to bubble within me as I was eager to see what other things Earth had to offer. So, make sure you find me again with your weird alien powers, and in turn, I will show you the entire world. Sounds like a deal. A strong, cold breeze blew past, causing me to shiver. It's getting cold. Yeah, let's go back to the shore. The sky began to darken, and Asia took my hand and helped me out of the water. Then we got on the bus and traveled back to the city. So, where do you live? I want to walk you home. I think it'd be a little far for you. Panic started to flood my mind since there's no way I could tell him that my home was in heaven. It's fine. You don't have to walk me home. Well, I guess in this day and age, you would be wary about telling people you don't know where you live. I grabbed Aza's hand with both mine and clasped it tightly. No, I trust you, Aza. It's just that I don't want to tell. It's because I can't. Well, I'm glad to hear that you trust me. Then I felt something soft touch on my cheek. It took me a while to register that he gave me a peck there. I blushed at the realization. After giving me a quick kiss, Asia pulled away with a smirk on his face. You look so flustered, even though it was just on the cheek. I covered my face with my hands, burning from embarrassment. Aza held onto my shoulders before leaning in to whisper into my ear. I want to see what other kind of expressions you can make. Hold on there, boy. A shiver went down my spine as his voice seeped into my eardrums. Anyway, since you're uncomfortable with showing me where you live, I guess I should probably head home first then. Before he could leave, the human turned his head to me one more time. Our second meeting is not a coincidental, is it? Promise me we'll see each other again? Yeah, I promise. After getting my answer, Azza left, and I watched as he disappeared out of my sight. A sense of fulfillment filled my heart as I thought about our day together. Guess I should be going back to heaven. I wonder if Gabriel has returned. As I thought about the Archangel, I could suddenly sense his presence. Oh no. This phenomenon was the same as when I felt Azza earlier. I realized I was able to locate him at will too. I think the odds are shifting in our favor now. We can find you. Since I had nothing to do, I decided to pay him a visit, see what he was up to. Oh no. Oh no. It only took a few minutes for me to arrive at the designated location. I spotted Gabriel, who was standing on a rooftop with a grimace on his face. Since he was lost in his thoughts, he didn't even notice me walking up to him. I proceeded to tap on his shoulder to get his attention. Suddenly, Gabriel snapped and grabbed my arms, passing me a menacing glare. How dare you touch me? The sudden hostility scared me and I flinched. The Archangel's face slowly softened when he realized it was me, and he let go of his grip on me. My apologies. I thought you were another human. Even if I was, that was a frightening way to greet somebody. I just don't like to be touched by humans. For someone whose duty is to interact often with humans, Gabriel really dislikes him. You know, I think he needs to apply for a job change. You know, maybe a little. The Archangel's face then morphed into panic as he glanced over at me with the concern-filled eyes. Wait, what are you doing here? You shouldn't be here. Why not? In a few minutes, I have to conduct my duties. I could just watch, right? Like how I did the first time. Why won't you let me in on what you do anymore? You don't understand, Zeph. It's a serious matter. I don't wish for you to witness something deeply concerning. Please, go back to heaven right this instant. Gabriel then froze. A look of horror spread across his face. It's too late. It's starting. When the Archangel turned over his shoulder to look, I followed his gaze. That's when I noticed a woman standing dangerously close to the edge of the building. Oh no! Her back hunched as she looked down on the streets. I had my attention on Gabriel this whole time, so I didn't notice how long she'd been standing there. There was a look of reluctance on her face, but she eventually took a step forward. What is she trying to? Gabriel suddenly rushed towards her with full speed, but it was too late, because she took a step forward and dropped from the height. Seeing someone jump from the roof of the building right before my eyes shocked me. Wouldn't that kill her? Meanwhile, Gabriel didn't flinch as he spread out his wings and swooped down to save her. Within a moment, the Archangel flew back up, carrying the woman in his arms. He carefully laid her limp body on the ground. I quickly ran up to them and examined the woman to check to see if she was all right. But she wasn't moving. Is she gonna be alright? Yeah, she's alive. Don't worry. I just tranquilized her temporarily since I couldn't let her see my wings. Still shaken by the scene from earlier, I hugged my arms. Why did she jump down from the building? Isn't it obvious? She wanted to kill herself. This terrified me since I didn't understand why someone would want to harm themselves and end their life. But why? Because life on Earth is cruel. It's filled with hardships and suffering. She jumped simply because she wanted to escape from it. But I don't get it. Isn't there another way to escape? You wouldn't understand because her life is nothing like what you've had to endure in heaven. Misery follows every human. Tears ran down my face as I trembled, thinking about how much she must have suffered for her to take such an extreme route to escape. Then I felt a pair of arms wrap themselves around me. Don't cry. This is the reason why I was reluctant to show you my other duties. Because I did not want to show you the darker side of humanity. I knew it would hurt you because you have a weak and pure soul. Humans are fragile creatures, and they commit atrocious activities in a heartbeat. No, I'm not sad because I almost saw a person die before my eyes. I'm sad thinking about how much she must have suffered in order to drive her to take her own life. I'm sad because I can't imagine the pain humans go through on a daily basis. Why do they have to live in such a harsh world filled with troubles? I'm sorry. This all exists as a trial to judge the purity in their hearts. It's inevitable. Well, I don't like it. I know. Gabriel gently caressed my back, and I felt myself calming down from his touch. On the bright side, after they endure the pain on earth, they'll be rewarded with eternal life free of pain in heaven. So please, don't worry. I don't want to see you cry. You know, he doesn't want to see us cry, which is the complete opposite of Asa wanting to see us cry. Oh yeah, sorry, I interrupted the moment, but complete opposite. The fact that a peaceful life after death awaited them brought some clarity to me. Gabriel slowly let go when he realized that I had calmed down. Will you be alright? Yeah. More importantly, it's her condition I'm worried about. I turned to look at the human who was still unconscious. Don't worry. She'll wake up in a few moments. Back then, if she killed herself successfully, she would have gone to heaven? That is difficult to answer. Perhaps if she was a generous person during her lifetime to negate the consequences of forsaking a life, she might. But I can't guarantee. My fists clenched as I thought about how unfair everything was to humans. Why do they have to suffer unjustly for the sake of judging their purity? I hated that thought. I didn't understand why heaven was so strict. I'm worried. I'm worried that she'll jump again. She won't. Because she'll realize it's a miracle that she's still alive and she'll go back to her normal life. Her time to die has not come yet. It's too early for her. And that is why I had to save her. According to her fate, if she continues on the right path, she will eventually be wed and start a happy family with a loving husband. Thinking about her future made me smile as I wiped the tears off my face. Since happy endings did exist, maybe it wasn't so bad. I began to admire Gabriel and the other higher angels who are helping these humans achieve a happy ending. You saved someone when they were about to die. You really are amazing, Gabriel. If I was a troubled human in the past, I'm pretty sure you would have come and saved me. Instead of appreciating my compliment, the Archangel's eyes widened and his face turned pale. Oh. Oh. Did he actually... Wait. Did he actually save us when we were human? Or try to save us? What if it went wrong and that's why we're dead so early? Oh, I bet he knew us as a human. Yeah, I call it. The lack of response caused me to be concerned. Are you alright? Movement returned to him as Gabriel buried his face in his hands and shook his head. Did I say something wrong? No, I suddenly have a headache. Let's go back to heaven. Okay. Chapter 4, The Attraction. Okay. I think this is a good time to stop. We finished chapter 3. Goodness. Okay. We saw Asia as again, and we played in the water, and then he made us happy, then he made us sad and cry, and then he made us happy, and then we almost witnessed a murder, or a suicide. But we had a nice moment with Gabe. That was nice. That was nice. He really does want to... He's been a little controlling, but he's also trying to protect, Zeph. He didn't want Zeph to see the dark stuff, like the human trying to, kill themselves and stuff. He wanted to protect him. He's like, you're a pure little baby. You're a pure little baby. I want to keep you pure. You don't need to see this dark stuff. No. I so bet maybe like Zeph was dying or something and he tried to help him and he failed. Oh, heartbreak is coming, and it's coming like a train. Okay, thanks for joining, and I'll see you in the next part, alright? As always, I'm going to have a link to the game down below, so you can go check it out for yourself. Feel free to, pop back in later, and we'll continue our story with this angel and human sandwich we're in. Alright. Bye.